Welcome to the Menowave Lounge, hot flashes and cool conversations with Marti Daly and Robin Duke. Join us and our team of health professionals, holistic practitioners, and coaches as we talk openly about the ups, downs, and everything in between when it comes to navigating the Menowave of menopause.
Welcome to the Menowave Lounge, hot flashes and cool conversations. Today, we have the founders of Menowave and the Menopause Support Group, which is Tina and Gwen, and we are so excited to have them here.
Hello.
Hi. Yes, we are so excited to have you ladies here back to talk with us. I'm really excited about our topic, and I think the ladies that are listening to this will love it as well. How many times, I know for me this happens, we always talk about how we feel so alone going through this time. Like nobody knows what we're dealing with. Nobody knows how we feel. It's like even talking to my own friends that are my age, and I know them pretty well to know that, hey, if I'm going through this, they are too, are so quick to just shut it down and be like, nope, don't know what you're talking about. And so we have that going on. So then when we feel so alone, we don't really know who to talk to. So what do? We go online, we start Googling, we start going into groups like the Menopause Support Group and asking questions and finding answers there. Some are helpful, some are something to think about, and some may or may not work. And, you know, how many times have I sat there thinking, gosh, I wish I knew somebody that I could talk to about what I'm feeling, what I'm going through. Am I dying? Am I losing my mind? What is it? And so lucky for me, I found the Menopause Support Group about a year and a half or so ago, and I got to meet not only our podcasting partner Robin, but also Gwen and Tina. And it's like they read my mind. They came up with this wonderful event that I can't wait for them to share with you. I love it. It's called Menopaloozza, and I'm going to go ahead and jump in to Gwen. What is Menopaloozza?
Well, our Menopaloozas are actually girlfriend getaway retreats because we know the value of girlfriends getting together, people getting together, when you can touch and feel and hug and all the rest of it. And at our Menopaloozas, what we're going to be doing is combining seminars with a trade show, because you know what, there's many wonderful products that women need and want to help through menopause. So we call it a Menopalooza because it's more than just seminars. It's more than just a retreat. It's a whole bunch of fun put into 3 nights and 4 days. And this next Menopalooza is going to be June 10th through the 13th at the Crystal Springs Resort in the Appalachian Mountains, about an hour away from Newark Airport in New Jersey. And the Menopalooza is where we come together because of the benefits of getting together, where great friendships are established, where lots of education is received, time of rejuvenation, relaxation, learning to know each other, and then developing those lifelong relationships with other women. That's the Menopalooza.
Wow.
Priceless.
It's priceless.
That sounds so exciting, just to be able to get away with my girlfriends and to just be around other like-minded women and being able to share what we're going through our menopause journey, our ups and downs, and a roller coaster. So Tina, tell us a little bit more about what this vision is that you have put together.
The vision for the retreats is exactly everything that Gwen has said. We've done retreats in the past, and it is such a spectacular way for women not just to get together and have the friendships, which is so integral part of going through menopause, because oh my gosh, do people feel like they're alone? And we want to talk loud and proud that yes, we are menopausal women, we are going through this, and we want support, we want help, we want education, and we want a roadmap to success as we are going through this. We want to know, yeah, we're not alone, and how do we get through this with, how do we say it, Gwen? With grace, gratitude, confidence, and ease. Each and every one of those. And that is what we want to give each and every person who comes onto these retreats, is they're going to leave with knowing what are the next steps that they need to take. First of all, they're going to leave knowing that they've been heard. And they're going to know who's the right person for them to connect with, coach, healthcare provider, that we are going to have many of our care providers there offering seminars, offering one-on-one coaching. And of course, we're going to have mocktail parties. We're going to have mocktail parties. We're going to have dance parties. We're going to have so much fun stuff that we can, of course, connect with one another. Again, more importantly, the vision is that a woman feels A, not alone, B, she's going to leave with the resources that she needs. And we're also going to have the trade show, as Gwen had mentioned. So we will have people there, vendors with different products that they can say, oh, I didn't know that that existed. Oh my gosh, I need that. Like my Emberwave. Everyone needs an Emberwave. And so those are the things that we're going to happen. That's my vision. That's our vision.
I was just going to say one thing, that the vision with our Menopaloozza is we look at the whole woman. We just don't take care of a physical symptom, because with menopause, there's a whole lot more than that. We as women, we have psychological issues, emotional, spiritual, physical issues. And our team of care providers that are almost 50 people now are vetted care providers, professionals that come from all over the world. And they've been there, done that, and experienced this, or they've worked with women, because we do have a male care provider who works with women and understands that the whole woman needs to be taken care of. And that's the approach we take at our Menopaloozas. We look at everything and we care for everything.
Wow. So does that mean that guys can come too?
That does mean that guys can come too, because don't boys need to know what girls go through and really understand it?
Yeah, that is something that we really want our men to know, is what we're going through and how they can support us and give us a lot of love and care and understand what we're going through.
It's great to have our men partners and husbands and friends there to hear what we're going through. Although there might be some conversations that are a little bit more sensitive that maybe I don't mind my husband knowing about, but I don't care if I don't really want anyone else's to hear what's going on with me. Are there going to be opportunities as well for just private conversation?
There sure will. Yeah. In the past retreats that we've done, we have had nights of inspiration where we want the men to join us or partners to join us. And then we'll have nights of intimate conversation where there are no boys allowed, because girls will say certain things more openly and feel freer to share. And at the end of the day, the bottom line is for all the women to develop these relationships. And you do that by being vulnerable and feeling free to really in a safe space to be able to share.
That's really important. I want to circle back because a few minutes ago, Tina had mentioned a roadmap. Tell us a little bit more about what is the roadmap for menopause and how do we get one? What's that all about?
Well, I'm going to give this one to Robin, because Robin actually came up with this.
Oh.
I did actually. All the care providers that are going to be presenting are going to be, they all have a piece of the puzzle of menopause. And so as you participate in all the seminars, you get to take away what means for you. And you have a book and you get to fill in all the answers that make sense for you. And so at the end, you have your own custom-made roadmap so that you can walk away knowing that these are things that are going to work. This is who said it. These are the tools. It's going to really be a very personal roadmap for you to have as a gift at the end of the seminar.
Yes, a personalized roadmap. And when you came up with that idea quite a long time ago, we just thought this is genius, because it's a true takeaway. It's a true value, tangible value that women can have. And they can reflect back upon on that. And then with the connections they've made with our care providers and maybe some other girlfriends that are going through the same things, they can still collaborate beyond the retreat. And that's what's so important.
Yes. And because menopause is not a one size fits all, and everybody has their own journey. And this gives them the ability to customize that. And I just love that.
Well, we love your idea.
Great. Yeah, they're going to walk away with a workbook, their own little personal workbook. It's wonderful.
Yes. How exciting.
So I don't know if you feel comfortable sharing this, but do you have any examples of like women who have been through one of your retreats before, whether it was a cruise or a separate retreat, that you could share with us, just to give us a little bit of idea of like, what's it like to be there, what these women experience?
I do. I can think of somebody right away. She was a gal that was middle-aged, going through menopause, of course, and going through a very, very difficult time in her personal life as well. with her career, with her husband, the entire family. And one of our care providers invited her to come, and she did not want to come because she felt scared that she would be judged or maybe criticized, or that she would not measure up to the other people that were there. She only decided to come about 2 weeks before we actually, this happened to be a cruise retreat, about 2 weeks before the cruise left. But she trusted the care provider that invited her. And so that's why she came. Well, when she got on board ship and we had our events and our nights of sharing, intimate sharing, she heard other people that were vulnerable, and she decided to be vulnerable. And everyone opened up to her. And one care provider specifically resonated with what she said. And so they connected, and the care provider started mentoring her specifically in those areas of where she was having struggles. Do you know, a year from the cruise, she is a completely different woman. Her career has changed. Her marriage is intact. The family is doing so much better. She had blockages within her that were prohibiting her from really thriving, but it was infiltrating every aspect of her being. And by connecting to that care provider who worked with her and coached her over the next year, her life was transformed. And so these are the values. And this woman ended up getting a job. She took the courage to quit the job she had and got one that paid her twice the amount of money, because these blockages were gone.
Oh,
These are powerful events.
It is. I mean, I appreciate you sharing that, because I think it's very important for women to understand, you know, when we come into the menopause, we think it's just like, oh, it's the hot flashes, or we don't feel good. It's all of these, I think I was talking to another care provider on another podcast, like these different silos of problems that we have that we may not even realize interconnect. And like you said, with the lady that went to that retreat, she had blockages internal. It's not all just physical, but these blockages internal can show up as physical, but can also show up with our mindset and our emotion, and even just our ability to go out and find an answer that we need. So it's like when you said in the very beginning, it's a whole woman working with that, so that we're not just looking for what is this next thing that I can take that's going to solve all my problems, but working with someone and finding someone, like you said, who you resonate with, who can help you break it down. And the beauty of going to a Menopaloozza is, yes, you find that person, but there's also another provider, another person that you meet that expertise is in a whole different area. And it's cool to see how they work together. So it's not just one size fits all. I think that's beautiful.
right. Well, it's the community that you get to explore, learn, grow, and meet new people, like-minded people. So that's one of the benefits that I believe that we desperately need as women coming together, because menopause is now starting to actually be talked about, and it's not taboo anymore. And women want answers, and they want to share what is going on with them, and they want to know that there are answers out there, and that there are people that are willing to hear that, and they get to share and care in that community. I just love that.
Well, it is so important too to keep in mind that this is a totally judgment-free zone. And, you know, because it's very, very easy in this stage of life to feel invisible, to feel invaluable, to think like people are kind of looking at you cross-eyed, you know, like, what's the matter with you? This is a judgment-free zone. We're all in this thing together at different stages, maybe, or at different levels of what we're struggling with, but we're all in it together. And to that, just being part of that tribe gives somebody so much, what can I say, comfort. I mean, I know for myself, I started the menopause support group because I needed that community, because I did feel like a fish out of water. There weren't answers for me. And I just wanted to say, am I alone in this process? Because I felt alone. And you kind of want to cower backwards and put the blanket over your head and never come out because of the way you're feeling. And then that's when our feelings and emotions take over, which is the worst thing ever. And so we want to get it out there, talk about it more, put the roadmap together so that people can have courage to move forward. Because, you know, this last third of life, we should bloom more than ever before, because that's just the way it's supposed to be. And that's what we help you do.
Awesome. I am so excited about this. Now, Tina, I want to ask you a question. I know that you are just this magnificent chef and cook, and you have these amazing ideas when it comes to food. Are you going to be sharing some of your best tips on this retreat?
I can. I can absolutely. I'm going to have a big influence on the mocktails. That's for sure for our mocktail hours. And I'm not going to be doing a cooking show because I do a lot of cooking shows, presentations, and that I'll likely talk about weight loss and menopause.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to hear that because that really is another big piece of the puzzle of menopause is our diet, what we're eating, what we're not eating. Are we staying hydrated? You know, all those types of different things.
Yeah.
And I just love that there are so many different pieces that are coming together. So it's not just, you know, the medical side of it, but the emotional side of it, the physical side of it, and everybody gets to hear what they need, and they get what they need from this retreat. I'm just so excited about it.
Yeah.
Well, they
It's
do, you
very,
know,
very exciting.
oh, well,
Go
and I
ahead.
think a lot of us, you know, anxiety, which is on our planet today, there's a lot of people with a lot of anxiety, and just suffering from anxiety can translate into other symptoms. And so that's something we deal with as well. Mindset, dealing with the anxiety, learning how to process that without having those symptoms then manifest in other ways. So it's just wonderful to come to, and the transformative stories are what we celebrate because that just is what it's all about.
Well, we are so excited about that. Is there anything else that we should know about this retreat that you really want to share? And how do we find out about this?
Okay, so first of all, we're going to have so much fun that that you just like never going to want to leave, or maybe you have to leave because you just can't stand how much fun you're having. Yeah, we're going to have so much fun. I'm all about that. I'm all about really getting into the experience. And if you are not into the fun piece and want to have alone time, you could have all the alone time that you need at this event. And I want to say, I'm going to tell you how to find out about us, but I want to say something that's just really welling up in my heart right now. Women going through this transition, I find it a really interesting transition. And it can be a beautiful transition as we're not alone. We know that. But remember that we were put on this earth for joy and for love. And you deserve to have joy and to have love. And if you cannot find it where you are, find us and we will hug you. We will hug you. We will infuse you with joy. We will infuse you with love, and you will leave feeling very fulfilled, and knowing how to find joy. And more important than weight loss and menopause for me, right? It's about how do you come to peace? How do you come to joy? How do you come to gratitude and appreciation and realize that we are love? And that is what my personal mission is to help women feel amazing about themselves. And we have so much love in our hearts that we can give to each and every person in this world. And you will feel, especially with the four of us, the love of the world in your life when you join our retreats. So that is, again, was just welling up in my heart. And I wanted to say that. Now, how do you find us? You can find us, join the Menopause Support Group. When you join the Menopause Support Group, it asks if you want to give us your email to be on our newsletter. Do that. And when you do, you will get a resource guide that is chock full of a couple $1,000, if not more, of free resources from our care providers. And even more so, the first email that you will receive will be a free gift from Gwen and I. So I don't know, Gwen, do we want to reveal what our free little gift is, or do we want to I think we should just intrigue them. Yeah, join the Menopause Support Group and you will find out all about our retreats. You will find it, and you can also go to menowaveretreats.com, join the Menopause Support Group, and from there you will get the links to the Menowave retreats and you'll get all of that, but you'll get so much more. That's why we want you to join our group. with thousands. How many people? Almost 145,000 amazing women that are here as a pillar of support for you, along with almost 50 care providers who are here to love you and support you and hug you and wrap their arms around you. That's what Gwen, and that's our mission. We want to wrap our arms around as many women as possible and help them cruise the Menowave with grace, gratitude, confidence, and ease. Thank you.
Beautifully said, Tina. Thank you so much for that. And you're absolutely right. And it's like a layered effect. Because when I hear you saying, we want to wrap our arms around these women and just show them the love. I mean, that's the first. That's like the top layer. And then once they're starting to bring their emotional vibration up to the higher levels of joy, of gratitude, of love, then things get a little easier on the physical side and on the shifting of all, what am I going to do with the rest of my life?
Right.
All of those questions come up, but it starts, like Tina said, and like Gwen, you've said, is just wrapping our arms around each one another and loving them through it, no matter where we're coming from or what is going on in our lives. And amongst us care providers, amongst the ladies in our group, it's all a bunch of stuff. And keeping that first and foremost in our mind is just shining our light and loving into one another is just such the first wave of, okay, reach your hand out and grab ours and we'll pull you through. And it's, there may be layers we're pulling you through, but we've got you.
Yeah.
And for our listening audience that is not in the menopause support group, and you hear us talking about the menopause support group, it is a group on Facebook called Menopause Support Group. And we're like at 150,000 members, so much good stuff going on there. So if you're in the group, you're seeing that, then you're already there, great, but still go to menowaveretreats.com and give your email address so that you can get the email and you can stay on top of all the cool stuff that Gwen and Tina have for you, that the rest of us care providers lovingly put forth to give to you, to provide you, to help reach our hands out to you, to help pull you through this.
Well, I just want to say thank you again, Tina and Gwen, for coming on and sharing this amazing adventure that's coming up. And I hope to see every one of you out there. This is just going to be such an amazing treat. This is the first one of the year, and we've got more coming up this year, but go to the website, resources, everything will be linked down below. So you'll be able to go and find out for yourself. Thank you, Gwen. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Marty.
This is great.
Yes. And you all ladies have a blessed day.
For sure. Take care.
Thank you.
Hug.
Namaste.
Hug.
Ciao, ciao.
Thank you for joining us in the Menowave Lounge. If you'd like to connect with Marty, Robin, our guests, or any of our expert Menowave care providers for personalized advice and support, head on over to our website at menowave.org and fill out an assessment that will match you with a provider who knows just how to help. Remember, you don't have to face menopause alone. Our team is here to provide the guidance and care you deserve. So, take that step towards reclaiming your well-being and connect with a Menowave care provider today. Thank you again for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next episode of the Menowave Lounge, Hot Flashes and Cool Conversations.